everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Lisa from Potsy Feather and I'm back today with another card process video. So this is a Father's Day card. I know I'm way behind, but I still wanted to share this with you. So I'm showing you all the things and it's way too fast. You can't really see, but I am going to use this kind of bicycle piece of paper from the Hipster Chic paper pad from Craft Sensations, and I'm also going to use this textured cardstock in the A5 size, and this is brown and shimmery. Love that paper, that cardstock, and I decided to use craft paper as my card base. I don't score my cards myself, I buy the card bases, and I'm just cutting it down so it fits on the craft paper. I'm also going to be using a piece of black craft paper for the actual Father's Day card and for the sentiment, sorry. And this card was really hard. I had so many troubles and had to do over like a million things, but in the end I love how it turned out. I am going to use a wood grain embossing folder on the brown shimmery paper, like the cardstock, and I'm just using this now, and I used the wrong board, so I'm just fuzzing around. There we go. And yeah, so I did it twice. No, it didn't work, or did I use the wrong one? But now it worked. I think I used the wrong plate. So yeah, there you go. I love this embossing folder. It looks great. And sorry. Then I am going to use this semicircle, or it's not a semicircle, I don't actually know what this circle thing, with the bicycle paper from the Hipster Chic collection, just using my post-it roll to hold it in place. And I don't end up using this because I didn't like the way it looked, so I decided to not use it and to go another way. So there you can see the paper, and this was for my brother-in-law. So my niece asked me if I would make a card for her or for her father, and he really likes to go on like bike rides and likes to bike. This is double-sided adhesive, and I am going to put the black craft paper on there because the the Happy Father's Day sentiment die is very delicate, and I decided to use that so it would be easier and I don't have to fuss around as much, which I end up doing. You will see that in a bit. It was very hard to get that die how I wanted it. So I'm just putting it on there. It's a bit smaller than my paper, which was great because it was easy to use, and I don't know if I left that part in, but I end up putting the die the wrong way, so I put it up because I don't know, it was a brain fog moment, and now my C plate has Happy Father's Day on there. So that was a fail, but yeah, what should I do? So there I'm just trimming off the excess paper. And I don't know if I left it in, but no, I think that's the right way. Is it? We will see. But yeah, it was a very bad day for me, apparently. Is it the wrong way? No. I think I cut that or I edited it out. But the paper was very thick because of the adhesive, and it didn't cut through all the way, so I end up doing it again or cutting it again, and this time it was working. And this was so much work. I had so many troubles and had to fuss around a lot, and I used this pick. It's actually a leather tool, but I got it for my dies because it is actually great to use. And I tried to get out the other Father's Day die, but I think no, I don't think that I can get it out. Or do I? No. Oh, I thought that it didn't work. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm just fuzzing around with the die or the cutout part, and I think I'm gonna play some music now and catch up with you later. So I finally made it and this is how I planned on using it, and I really didn't like how it looked. When I see it on camera now, I really like how it looked, but in real it just didn't look good. I just did not know what to do. I was very frustrated at that point because that die, it took me so long to get it out and to be okay with it, how it looked. And then I thought I would use this bicycle stamp set from, I don't know where that is from, and this is the Kaisercraft, oh god, what's it called? Gentleman stamp set, the one with the mustache and the car and the clock. And it used the sentiment, true gentleman in every way, with the bicycle on that piece of paper, but I did not like how that turned out as well. So I had to fuzz around again. So I'm using my distress ink, which was a mistake because I did not like how it looked at all. Because I just didn't like it. It was horrible. I'm like, oh god, no. So I end up tossing that as well. And what I decided to do now is to fuzzy cut a few of the bicycles on the paper and just use them. And the sentiment just on the wood grain cardstock, or not the wood grain, but the brown cardstock with the embossed cardstock. That's what what I'm trying to say here. And I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, I think I'm fuzzy cutting. Yes, I'm fuzzy cutting. So I think it's 4 bicycles that I put on there. And the cool thing is that they're not all the same. So a few, they seem like going in one direction, and a few in the other ones, which I liked. And then my camera cut off, of course it did. And I decided to sponge some brown ink on the inside of my card. At first I just did the corners, as you can see now, but I didn't like that, and I ended up changing that. So I did sponge the whole inside without the sentiment. It's gonna be there in a few seconds or minutes. This card was just giving me troubles all the way. And then you can actually see the bicycles that I cut out. And did I already stick the Happy Father's Day sentiment on? Because it took me like 10 minutes. And of course I am keeping the black craft paper, because that adhesive was not expensive, so I have to save that. No, I did not already adhere it on. And again, I'm gonna play some music because this is probably gonna take me quite a few seconds. And of course I managed to rip off the Y, but you can't see it that I did that, but I managed to put it to fix it. But I had very a hard time with the heart. It was like not where I wanted it to be, so I had to fuss around a lot. And now I'm taking the true gentleman in every way, sentiment from the Kaisercraft Gentleman stamp set. And again, I don't know why I used the distress ink again, because it didn't stamp well. And you can see my frustration, actually. I was so frustrated at that point because I had put so much work in it. And this card took me forever. It took me like more than 2 hours. So although it's not there's no coloring or anything, it just took me forever, and it was really frustrating. And I end up fixing that later, because at that point I was frustrated and I didn't want to deal with it anymore at that point. So I chose to, and again I used distress ink. I don't know why. Did I change the ink now? I think, yes, there it goes. This is my favorite black ink. It's Memento tuxedo black ink, and I love that ink. It is the best ink that I have ever used, and I'm really glad I finally chose it. I don't know why it took me that long, but yeah, whatever. This one, this stamp is from, I don't know what stamp set that is from. I think it's just from a stash. I had that forever. And it says, to someone very special, and I thought that was cute for Father's Day, because I don't have any Father's Day specific stamps. So yeah. And of course I had to use my Technique Tuesday Made with Love stamp set. Is my favorite stamp set. I use that on every card I make. And what did I use? I think the autograph one, I think. I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh boy, what did it? I'm sorry, I'm like... Oh yeah, I do have a Father's Day stamp. I completely forgot about that. So at that point I decided to use my Memento tuxedo black ink, and I dropped it all over the place. It was not a good day for me. It didn't work. Anything didn't, like nothing worked. And I decided to stamp it on that bicycle paper from the Hipster Chic collection, and that stamped well, and you could see it, and it stood out, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that now. I can't just go around or go back and start all over again. So I decided to cut that down, and I actually, yeah. Again, it was not my day. But I ended up changing my blade after that, after I filmed that video or made that card, because it wasn't good anymore. So I rounded the corners and I just adhered it on, like over the mishappened stamp accident. Let's call it stamp accident. It was. And I just went back in with my glue, with my fine line glue bottle, to just fix the edges and just make sure that it stays where it's supposed to stay. And actually I ended up changing the card so many times. Like it's ridiculous, because so I ended up going in with the brown... Oh, that was my dog in the corner. I'm sorry. So I went back in with the brown, with the shaded ink pad that I have, and I like not stamp. What did I do? What's that called? Oh, Jesus, now I can't think of the word. I blended, that's the word I was looking for. So I blended the ink pads, or the brown shades on the complete inside of my card, except for the sentiment, of course. And I also put on some baker's twine. You can see that in the still shots, or if you just head over to my blog, there I have like everything written down and more pictures, and there you can actually see it better. But I really love how it turned out. It looks really cute, and yeah. I also decided that I wanted it to like the card front to pop up a bit, so I used my pop dots to do that. And I like that I did that, because it really looks nice, and I use a ton of them. I do have like foam tape, but I never use it, and every time I start using pop dots, or when it gets to the time that you have to like pull off the backing so you can adhere it, I'm like, why don't you ever use that? But I never think of it. But yeah, so I just used my bone folder to score it, so the card is properly scored. And here now I'm I'm peeling off the backing of all of the pop dots, and apparently I make you sit through it all. Sorry. So yeah, but all in all, this was a challenging card to make. I'm not lying, it was hard, and I had to change everything. Like nothing, actually really nothing stayed like I planned it or how I wanted it. But in the end, I'm glad it didn't, because I like how it looks. It's a very cute card. very masculine, very non-red and pinkish, and yeah, it's just brown. But I did want to add a little something, so I used my glitter gel pen from Sakura, and I just traced the Happy Father's Day sentiment that I die cut, just to add a little bit of interest. But that's all I did, and I like it. It's subtle because now you can't really see it because of the light, but in real it just looks very subtle and not too in your face, kind of. So yeah. But I think after that I am done. Again, I ended up using quite a few things. If you are interested how the card actually turned out, then you can head over to my blog and check out the pictures. And there are a few still shots at the end of the video, so check them out as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little all over the place, but I hope you still enjoyed it, and thanks so much for watching. See you soon. Bye!